Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Simcha V'Susoin B'Ikar, Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Lahidem Hoysa Oira, Simcha V'Susoin B'Ikar. Kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, tialoni. Kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, tialoni. Oy, la yehidem, oy soira, la yehidem, oy soira, la yehidem, oy soira, simcha v'susayin v'ikar, la yehidem, oy soira, la yehidem, oy soira, la yehidem, oy soira, simcha v'susayin v'ikar. Kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, kain, tialoni, kain, tialoni.
Okay,
Chaim. So today is Chof Gimel Sivan, and my holy Zayda, the Chavis Yor, brings in the Mekor Chaim that there's an Inyan to commemorate the Nes Purim on this day, and to be marba Katsas B'Simcha, to have a Suda in celebration of this day. Many of the tzaddikim taught about this. It's because we know Haman. We don't know exactly if he was. There's a disagreement as to whether he was hanged on this day or on the second day of Pesach. We commemorate, the Chavis Yor brings also the second day of Pesach to commemorate the Nes Purim, and so we by us we sing Shoshanas Yankov on the second day of Pesach. But also this day, Chof Gimel Sivan, is the day when Achashverosh gave the permission for the Jews to write whatever they wanted, and it says the Hamelech, the king, which you could understand to mean the Melech Malchei Melchim. It says Stam Hamelech in Megillah Esther, that Hamelech, that the king gave us the permission to write whatever we want, whatever makes sense, whatever sounds good, and to renege and rescind the decree that Haman made to destroy the Yiddish Kinder. And it says that when this news was spread about, all the messengers of the king, they went out very fast to bring the news all over the 127 provinces of the king. And when it came out that the Jews heard it, it says, there was a great simcha, like we say, La Yehudim Ha'Sa'ari v'Simcha v'Sastan v'Ikar. This happened today. The letter went out. Who knows how quickly it got there? But the letter went out on this day of Chof Gimel Sivan, and so there's an Inyan of Simcha that's connected to this day, and it's a day. It's a day of joy and rejoicing. So you're asking about. I'm saying that this is a kolpik. I have a shtreimel. Shabbos I wear shtreimel. On regular weekday I wear a hat. Although sometimes I wear baseball cap, whatever. But if it's a special day that's not Shabbos, not Yom Tov, not Chol Hamoed, Purim also wear shtreimel. So by certain tzaddikim, today there's an Indian to wear a kolpik, and really in the old days, all the rabbonim would wear a kolpik really every day in the week. Okay. So now it's more for a Yom Pagra, a day that's not really Yom Tov, but we're celebrating something. So that's it's not a spodik. A spodik is black. You can't really tell from this, but this is actually brown, a lighter brown, not black. So anyway, I bought this on eBay. You were asking how and it's used. I don't know. It said something from Kfar Chovetz Chaim on it. I don't know. It's an old used one. I got it for really cheap on eBay. I know, like for $90 or something. But you could. I think They can be expensive, but I know by some Rebbe Shahoifs, the Eineklach of the Rebbe wear these on Shabbos. They maybe look a little nice or whatever, but I got this on eBay, so it was good for. It's good for. I don't really wear it out. It's something more just in the house when I'm making a little tish like this. So anyway, back to this Indian of I'm sure I knew it could be. I think it could be anywhere from about $400 or $500 to $2,000-3,000. Depends on the quality but I got it for $90. So it's a little old, but it's nice. It's not bad. The Streimel I have, I got it when I was a chassan. It was $1,000, and it's still good. 13 years later. So. So anyway, with the Indian of Chof Gimel Sivan, so this was the day when the news went out, and according to some opinions in the Medrash, this was actually the day that Haman was hanged. But whether he was hanged on this day or not, the news had to go out to the world that the Jews were able to reverse the decree of Haman. And so, like the tzaddikim point out, that whenever it says Hamelech, it doesn't say Hamelech Achashverosh. That Hamelech could mean the Melech Malchei Amlochim. That when it says the king, it could mean the king of kings. And so the king told Mordechai and Esther, write whatever is good in your eyes. And so from there, the whole Klal Yisrael was saved. We're all saved. We're all here today because of the historical event of Chaf Gimel Sivan. And not only that, but the koyach of Chaf Gimel Sivan is particularly, and that parak is where it says, "V'rabba me'amei haaretz b'syahadim," and many of the people of the land became Jews. So the koyach of to be Megayer Gerim, to make converts, which is the whole Indian of why our Golus was so spread out. Meaning the first Golus, we just all went to Bavel and to Poras, Umadai, and that was it. And we didn't spread out to the whole world. And even there, but now we're spread out to the Arba Kanfei Sa'aretz, the whole world, to the four corners of the earth, and we're also being Megayer Gerim. Whether the Gerit Tzedek or whether it's just spreading the ethics of Torah to the whole world is also something. It's a powerful, powerful thing. And so this day is a tremendously powerful day. So I saw someone shared with me a Maisa by Reb Itzchak Pshvarsker. Reb Itzchak Pshvarsker was one of the biggest tzaddikim. He survived the war. And he settled after the war in Belgium. That's very famous in Antwerp. You had Reb Itzchak, and then his Eidim, Reb Yankele, and still to today there's a Pshvarsker Rebbe. It's Reb Yankele's son. And so Reb Itzchak Pshvarsker, he was in Galicia and Pshvarsk before the war. Maisa, all right, and Reb Itzchak Pshvarsker. So in Galicia, the Russian government took over. In 1940, they said that all the people living there have to become Russian citizens, and they have to sign some paperwork to become Russian citizens. And Reb Itzchak was a big tzaddik, a big Baruch HaKodesh. He told the Yidden, don't sign the paperwork to become Russian citizens. So then what happened was, on Chaf Gimel Sivan, they came, the Russians, whoever, in 1940, whoever didn't sign these papers to become Russian citizens, were sent to Siberia. So Reb Itzchak also went with them to Siberia, and he told the Yidden there, he said, don't worry, this is all part of Hashem's plan. because nothing bad could happen on this day of Chav Gimel Sivan. This is a day of salvation. This is a day of being, of only blessings and good things. So, what happened a year later? I'm not on Chav Gimel Sivan, but with 1941, the whole town there was wiped out. But all the Jews who went to Siberia, who didn't sign the paperwork, like Rabitzikel told them, they all survived the war. Even though it was difficult, surviving the war in Siberia was better than not surviving at all. So that's the Maisa of Rabitzikel Pshwarsker and Chav Gimel Sivan. So, like I said, this is something that's an ancient thing. People, a lot of people think all these types of things, these are Hasidic things. The classical Ashkenaz had these minhagim of celebrating these days. Like I said, before the Baal Shem Tov's time, by the Chavos Yor in Germany, he writes to celebrate Chav Gimel Sivan that it's a day to commemorate the Nes Purim. So that shows the koyach of this day, and the ancient nature, or not ancient, but it is ancient because it goes back to Nes Purim, and it's mentioned in the Megillah, the day, on the third month, which is Sivan, and the 23rd day of the month. That's when this took place. That the Melech gave the Rishus to Mordechai and Esther to send out these letters to Ratav the Klal Yisrael, to save the Jewish people from this, from death, from destruction, from the genocide that Haman wanted to bring on the world, that Haman Rasha wanted to bring on the world. So that shows us that this is a day which is aligned with Purim, of Kol HaPoishit Yad Noisnim Loi. I remember we spoke in a previous video recently about how the whole year is connected, and how from Chav Sivan we connect all the way to Chanukah, and then from Shovavim we connect really to Shavuos. And so that in both sides you have the Nes Purim, in addition to Purim itself. But in this part of the year, which is, we have Inyan of the Nes Purim, and in Purim itself, of course, and in Nisan, on the second day of Pesach, because really the whole Inyan of Purim is something that's essential to what it means to be a Yid, to the point where Satmarov said it's Kedai to come down to the world and live in this world for 120 years, just one time to have a Simchas Purim. So the gewaltige koyach of Purim, it's not only on that day of Purim, it's for our whole lives. It's every day. Leiv Tov Mishta Tamid, right? What the Ramah brings at the end of Orach Chaim, that a person who has a good heart will always be drinking, always be rejoicing, as a means of connection to God. Meaning, we don't drink as a pastime. We don't drink as a vice. We drink as a devotion. And if someone can't drink alcohol, there's certain people who can't. They have illnesses. They could drink soda. You can't drink soda. Drink some seltzer. Drink water. But to have a good heart and to be rejoicing and to be close to God, that's the tremendous power of this day. That we're tapping into the Nes Purim even when it's not Purim. And that really, this is, like I said, this is the day of Rabbi Me'amei Hearts Yahadim. The koyach of that energy, I remember when I was Rav in Richmond, it was a Rav in the bigger shul, Rabbi Yalkut Zolgazunzai, now he's a Rav in Pittsburgh. And he told me he heard from Rav Moshe Wolfson Zolgazunzai, big tzaddik in Borough Park, the Zokin of the Hasidic tzaddikim, him and Rabbi Cheskel Roth, the big, Sheris Plata, Mishyari Knesset Agadoila that we have in Borough Park. We don't have the old Sklener Rebbe anymore. We don't have so much for you, but we still have Rav Moshe Wolfson. Baruch Hashem, we should be zeicher to see Mashiach. Rav Moshe Wolfson, especially a man who is so connected to the whole Indian of Mashiach and all kinds of great things, and such a big neshama like Rav Moshe Wolfson, he should be zeicher to see Mashiach Taka. And so anyway, Rav Moshe Wolfson, he said there's a famous story by Rav Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld's Chusig Aleinu by Yerushalayim Rav. They asked him, even though he dressed like a Yerushalayim Yid with a Shtreimel, he was really from Ashkenaz. He wasn't Hasidish. They asked him, I mean, he's from Hungarian, Ashkenaz, but they asked him why he would go to the mikveh a few times a day. And they said, "What's up, is Yerushalayim Rav? You're not a Hasidish Yid.
So, which one do you
What's shaykhus? You going to mikveh not just once a day? So you go 2-3 times a day to mikveh. What's that about?" So Rav Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld said, he said, if the mikveh has a koich to turn a Gentile into a Jew, imagine what it could do to a Jew. So then Rav Moshe Wolfson said that's the same thing when it comes to Neis Purim. The many of the people of the land became Jews because the fear of the Jewish people fell on them. Who's the fear? Is the Pachad Yitzchak, is a Kodesh Baruch Hu, that the Spirit of God came upon them and brought them to become Jews. So if Purim can do that to turn a Gentile into a Jew, imagine what it could do to a Jew. And the koyach of Simcha is one that's not just for Purim. It's like we said from the Ramah of Leif Sameach Mishta Tomid. Leif Tov Mishta Tomid. Or Tov Leif Mishta Tomid. So anyway, when we attach ourselves to this energy and recognize the Simcha of Purim, we could be Zoiche to all the good hashpos. The Beinishlam will help him. The Irish will help him. Will Zoiche sein. Especially in this time when there's so many difficult things going on in the world. We are praying that Hashem should remove the machla, that the Beinishlam should remove the COVID-19 illness. Why don't you put on a couple up on me?
No.
And then also all of the strife in the world, the political strife in the world, and the racial strife. The Baruch Shalom should have Rachmanis on us and remove that from us. And there should be peace between all people, all the races. We should all live in peace. And in this course, we should be Zoika to see the time of the scholars quote Shemayim and the Haramas Karen and Torah Yisrael. Be as Mashiach Tzidkeinu v'meir v'yameinu amen. What's the Ishay Shanas Yankov Tzala V'smecha Ay B'ray Sam Yachad Techelis Mordechai Tishi Usam Hayisol Lo Netzach V'sek V'usam B'chol Dor V'dor Le'oidiyah Shekol Toivecha Lo Yevoy Shav Lo Yikol Mi Lo Yevoy Shiv Lo Yikol Mi Lo Netzach Kol Chosim Bach Ahai Arer Haman Asher Bikesh Li'avdi Baruch Mordechai Hayehidi Arir Zeire Sheishes Mafchidi Brichu Esther Ba'adi Aririm Kol Rishoyim Brichim Kol Tzadikim V'gam Charvoina Zochel L'toy Aririm Kol Rishoyim Brichim Kol Tzadikim V'gam Charvoina Zochel L'toy. I'm Shizzle helping Taka also that yesterday was President Trump's birthday. He should win again. We should have peace in the world, good things, prosperity, happiness, health, parnasa b'revach, nachas from the kinder. The Baruch Shalom should help us. We should all be zeicha to learn Torah, do mitzvahs, make time to learn Torah every day, bring more light and good holy energy into the world. And to do chesed and give tzedakah and be ehrlich. And in this course we should all be zeicha to a Simchas Purim that lasts a whole year long.
You should give me some thumbs up.
A ganz Jahr freilich, a
You
ganz
should
Jahr
give me some
freilich,
thumbs
ganz Jahr
4,000
freilich,
jobs.
What? Anybody have any questions or anything before we end the live feed?
No.
We maybe sing another song.
No. Like this. Stop.
Immer zu sich ein Deiner Hamech. Immer zu sich ein Deiner Hamech. You know signly, nafshi, b'shai, the army b'vakushusi.
No. It's just not to get a million likes.
Nafshi, b'shai, the army b'vakushusi. You have any Purim songs you like?
No. Why?
Because today was part of the next Purim. That's
I'm going to.
Didn't you listen to what I just said? Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar. Let me have that. Can I see it?
Yeah.
Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar. Hi Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar. Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar. Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar.
Okay.
Tishiyu sam ha'yisol netzach v'sikvu sam b'chol dar v'dar. So it's kedai that this day kima b'kibla yidim aleim kima masha kibla kvar. This day of Kaf Gimel Sivan that we're still in the Chodesh Sivan, which is when we had Kabbalah Satorah, that we have the Indian of Purim, because Purim is the Indian of Kabbalah Satorah, Kiblu Masha Kiblu Kvar. And that there was it removes the Moedah Rabba Raisa.
If you could see the 3D glasses.
Does it work? I don't know. Let's see. That we're Makabel Biahava. Where's the camera here? Is that?
Yeah. Well, it makes everything look like this. And then
kind of see it. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We shall
let's just end this.
The Kabbalah Satorah.
Bye.
Simchas and good things in the world, and the whole world should turn around to be much, much better from this day on.
I want to do something before you end.
Before I end it, what? Crazy Mommy's calling you. All right. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We'll see you later.